Do you know what is the number one thing that you're going to have to deal with if you leave the medical profession? Yeah, there are all sorts of things you need to consider if you're thinking about leaving medicine. How are you going to earn your money? Where are you going to live? What are you going to do with yourself every day? But there is one thing that stands out above all the others, and that is, what about your identity? Because for however many years you've been working as a doctor, and I worked as a doctor for 30 years, there is something about being a doctor that just gets under your skin. It sort of takes over your whole being. I'm Susan Kersley, and I left medicine about 14 years ago, and at last I've discovered who I am without the medical label. Do you know who you are without the stethoscope? The thing is, it's not just about how you think of yourself, it's also about how other people see you. And that's been almost as difficult as getting my own identity sorted out. Because other people still see you as a doctor. Many years after you've left the profession, they still say things to me like, "Oh, well, you'd know that, you're a doctor." And I say, "Well, no, I was a doctor, but I'm no longer on the medical register." And they just don't believe it. It's a bit like, something like, how tall you are, or where were you born, or something like that that's immutable. Of course, no one can take away from you all that training you've had, all that experience, all that dealing with people in pleasant and unpleasant situations. That all becomes part of you. So you could say your identity is very much bound up with being a doctor. However, when you're about to retire or leave the medical profession earlier than retirement, you really need to look into that question. Who are you? Who are you without the stethoscope and the white coat? And if the answer is, I really don't know, then it's time to prepare for that. Connect with things that you loved to do years ago. Start playing those instruments again. Join the choir. Start painting. Go running. Go to the gym. Just do something that you've left behind many years before, and then you will discover who you are. Nobody can take all that training and experience away from you, but there is another part of you. I'd love to know what you found is the most difficult thing for you if you're thinking of leaving the medical profession. Please do leave your comments below this video and let me know what you think. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.